this little snippet. In 2019, I relocated to Atlanta. Of course, shortly after comes the pandemic. And I'm going to tell you, in 2019, I was praying to God. I was like, God, I just need the opportunity to really be free enough to do what it is that I am trying to do in this entrepreneurship journey. And so then the pandemic hit. And so some people freaked out, some people Netflixed and chilled, and then there were some of us who went 10 toes down in trying to work and get it. Well, I had just prayed for it, right? So I went 10 toes down trying to work and get it. And I was trying to get all the information that I could. I was trying to learn because I do not have a business background whatsoever. And so I was trying to find something to give me more structure in my days. And so out of nowhere, I'm scrolling on social media and something about the Atlanta Black Chambers comes across my feed. Have no idea, no rhyme or reason why. There is absolutely no reason that it should have come across my feed other than I just have to say divine intervention. And so I started reading and I saw where it said something about a Tuesday Talks call. So I said, okay. I said, oh, they said this is every Tuesday. This will be what gets me started on my Tuesday morning. So that's what I started doing. I did it for a month straight. Every Tuesday morning, I would get up, I would make sure I was on this call because it would get my day started. Gave me the structure I needed for at least that Tuesday. Then the newsletter comes in. And so I start receiving the newsletter. And so after only a month of hearing these Tuesday Talks calls, I said, this is a no-brainer. I would be insane not to join this organization. The amount of information and the types of connections that I was getting on that call for free for 45 minutes every Tuesday, I couldn't have paid for that anywhere. And so I said, it's a no-brainer. I've got to be a part of this organization. So I joined ABC. And then the next steps, and I started out in the Real Estate and Professional Services Committee, and I definitely still support RPS and Matt and everything that they do. But I started out in RPS, and then the next thing I know, I was like, this is going to be my baby, because as soon as I joined ABC, RPS was starting. And so I said, okay, this is going to be my baby. And I dug my heels in and I was working with RPS, got into a leadership position with RPS. And then the next thing I know, here comes Ricardo with Global Opportunities Committee. I said, this is right up my alley, because I was blessed enough at the age of 20 to travel and live in Europe for a little while I was in college. And so I was like, I've been trying to get back into this market and this arena forever. Bam. So now here comes Ricardo with GLC. I have to be a part of GLC. Well, then, of course, like a lot of us on South Metro, I actually live in East Atlanta. But the proximity of where I live in East Atlanta to South Metro is not that far. And so I was saying to myself, like, I literally live 20 minutes away from McDonough. So I was saying to myself, I would love to have something on the South side. My focus in real estate is going to be on the South side and the East side. Here comes Miguel with South Metro. I kid you guys not. The business that I have built present day is due to ABC. The opportunities inside of ABC, the connections inside of ABC, the way that everything that I needed and I had been looking for was placed inside of this one organization, because I told God, I said, I need one organization to focus on. And I'm going to give that organization as much of my time and my energy and my effort as I can, without really trying to get anything in return. My goal is to give of my talents to this organization. And he gave me ABC. And in return, ABC has given me my life dream, which is taking my businesses globally and connecting the Black dollar, empowering the Black community and businesses and all of the skill sets and the talents that God has given me. And I could not have done this without the leadership of ABC. I didn't want to be a part of an organization that was catty. I didn't want to be a part of an organization that was crabs in a barrel. I did not want to be a part, and God knew this about me. I just don't have the temperament for it. I didn't have the temperament for it when I was in high school and middle school. I definitely don't have the temperament for it in my 40s. And so I told God, I said, I need an organization that is going to reflect who I am as a person. And then here is Melvin at the helm, being the leader that he is with ABC. It is the biggest support system and family that I had been looking for in Atlanta. It is what made me feel as though I am a part of Atlanta. It is difficult to come to a place like Atlanta in your late 30s and find your group and find your family and find your connection and make new relationships and friendships. And it was so effortless with ABC. From the very first time that I was able to meet everyone in 2022, it was an immediate embrace. It was immediate love. It was immediate support. And not just from Melvin, but the women inside of ABC. Because I have had some ups and downs with Black women in my relationships with Black women in my adulthood. But when I tell you, the relationships with the Black women in ABC just kind of solidified it for me. Because if you don't know Michelle Glover, you were missing out on a treat. Michelle was just so loving the first time I met her. And I've gotten the same energy from every Black woman that I've met inside of ABC. And so I have to give that hats off. You know, we say top down everything in terms of when things are going bad. You got to give hats off top down when everything is going good. And Melvin, that is a testament to you and the board of directors and just the leadership that you all have as to what you were able to give to me inside of ABC and being in Atlanta in a time that was very uncomfortable. So I have to say thank you. And I always make it a point to share that story because it's so near and dear to me. It is so meaningful. And sometimes I even, when I sit back and think about it, I want to get choked up because it gave me everything I was looking for at a time when I was looking. So thank you, Melvin. Thank you, ABC. For those of you who are not a part of ABC, nor